Hey, welcome to the podcast Domination Show, where we help you launch, grow, monetize, and dominate the podcasting space. This is a show where we believe that if you can get attention with your podcast, you can influence someone. And if you can influence someone, you can get them to take massive action. And if you can get someone to do that, you, my friend, can dominate. I'm Luis Diaz, your host and founder of Podcast Domination, and I'm your guide. Let's go. Hey, so I know you're probably wondering, why is Luis interrupting his own podcast? Well, guess what? I have a little secret for you. And I'm not going to whisper this entire commercial, but I just wrote a book called How to Get 100,000 Downloads in 100 Days, and I want to give it to you for free. Now, this book is going to be on sale on Amazon probably for about $20 or $30. We'll see. But I want to give it to you for free because you are listening to this episode and this podcast, and I appreciate that very, very dearly. So all you have to do to get a free book, a free copy of my book, a physical book if you're in the US, and if you're in the outside of the US, then I will give you a free Audible book version and a free Kindle or ebook version as well. Okay, so here are the steps. Ready? All you have to do is leave a review in the iTunes store for the podcast. If you think it's worthy of 5 stars, I really appreciate it, but I value honest feedback. So leave a review, screenshot it, and tag me on Instagram. My handle is @LuisRyanDiaz, LuisRyanDiaz. Tag me with the book review, and then I'll DM you, or someone from my team will DM you, to ask for your address, and I will send you a copy of my book. Maybe write a little note in there to say thank you, and we'll go from there. So if that sounds good to you, leave a review, and I'll see you on Instagram. Thanks. Now back to the show. All right. Podcast marketing secrets in your car. Today we're not in the car, obviously. We are on the couch with this beautiful sunset. Anyways, I've got one thing I think I want to talk about today, and that is monetization with your podcast. Monetization with your podcast. I could go off on here. I could get passive aggressive. I could get annoyed. But I guess if I had to give anyone any advice on monetizing a podcast, it would be that you have to treat it like a product and not like a hobby. Meaning, if you're going to expect to get sales from it, you are going to have to put in work. You're going to have to make offers. You're going to have to actually sell someone on why they should buy something through your podcast. Whether you're selling your show to an advertiser for like advertising dollars, you have to prove that you can get an ROI on their investment and that your audience is going to take action and buy their product. So it has to fit with you and that person. That's number one. Number two, if you're going to sell products from there, it's probably a good idea to promote your show. It's probably a good idea to be okay with talking about money and selling stuff. You can't expect people to know that you have a product, know that you are trying to sell it if you don't tell them anything. So I think a lot of people get into this thing where they get mad because a podcast maybe isn't making the money, but at the same time, they're not making any goddamn offers. So my advice is, if you're going to expect to make money off of it, understand what your audience is looking for, A, and then B, make offers on the damn thing. Like, hey, if you guys want to learn more about how I can help you in the next 7 weeks take your business from 0 to 100K, go here, click here, email me, DM me, that kind of stuff. On my show, I think I've built in a few offers, especially in the call to action. So what I do is I have a testimonials of not all my clients, but some of my clients, and it's just sound bites of them. And then it says, hey, if you want to talk about working together, you can just go here and we can talk more. So that's what I do. And you can do this in the beginning, you can do this in the end, and you can do it in the middle too. Really doesn't matter. What I like to also do is take my clients or prospects' biggest objections, like I don't have enough time, I don't have enough money, I don't know if it's going to work. It's probably the 3 biggest ones, right? And those are all bullshit excuses. It's like you guys get a bunch of bullshit excuses. But you take those and you use those as topics for your show, and you basically obliterate them. and you handle the objection right there on the show. So when you get on a phone call with someone, you make sure they listen to those episodes. You've already pre-qualified them. You've basically already gone through and said, hey, that's a BS excuse, so make sure you don't come to me with that excuse on the phone, right? So sending them those episodes and helping you will help you close better. And I know we initially talked about making money and monetizing your podcast, but I think that's one way you can kind of indirectly monetize your podcast by helping your sales process flow a lot easier by handling objections. So let's get back to some other tactical ways. I think you can monetize your podcast. Well, I know you can monetize your podcast if you do time-bound. So time-bound offers, right? So if you have a program and you want to monetize your audience in some form or fashion, give them some kind of discount or some type of incentive to buy this product by the end of X dates, right? So figure out what date that is and then go ahead and do it. So using deadlines always works. And a second one I'll share with you is taking your podcast and turning it into a book. So you can take it, turn it into an audio book, and then you can, even if you have guests, you just have to make sure they sign a little document that says you can repurpose that content. But you can take that and you can monetize, you can sell it. You can sell that audiobook or book, probably want to make both, and you can monetize it that way. And then the last way I will say you can monetize it is by offering, this is what I do, offering free types of calls, so free strategy sessions, coaching calls, whatever you want to call them. And then you get people on the phone and then you close them. And that is simply, you can just tell people, hey, if you want to work with me or you want to talk about working with me, you can go ahead and email Lewis at podcastdomination.co, for example. And that is a really email address. But you can do that, and you can, if you're a good phone closer or if you have a good offer, then you can close people like that. So, many ways to monetize a podcast. Just pick one and don't complain if you're not making any offers on your show that no one's buying, because that's just dumb.
Hey, what's up? Lewis again, and I get asked this question a lot, so I wanted to answer it here for you in a unique manner. And that question is, Lewis, what exactly do you do? How do you help podcasters? What exactly do you and what does Podcast Domination really help with? Well, instead of me sitting here and telling you all the amazing stuff about us, I thought it'd be fun and interesting for you guys to hear what our clients are saying. So here you go. Please enjoy.
Lewis literally makes my life so much easier. All I have to do is record my content. I don't have to worry about editing it. I don't have to worry about writing show notes. I don't have to create any of my graphics to promote it. He literally does everything for me.
We hired Lewis to kind of help us set up the podcast, for us to put our content out and kind of grow our brand. And all I really have to say, it's been a huge success. It's been really easy. Lewis and his whole team have made the whole process easy, from setting it up originally, which with podcasts is kind of intimidating, and there's a lot of things that if you don't know a lot about the platform, that it's very time consuming. So Lewis made all of that easy.
In the beginning, I'm not gonna lie, I was completely overwhelmed, confused, stressed out, because I went on YouTube trying to figure out how to set up a successful podcast. And actually going on YouTube, I was just bombarded by so much information that I just wanted to give up on the idea. And then I met a good friend of ours that introduced me to Lewis, and we hit it off. And he just said to me, it's really, really simple. I will take care of everything for you. I think what Lewis has done for me is made it seem so painless. He has took my idea and saved me money. He saved me time and energy. And more importantly, he's made my Persistence Factor podcast sound professional.
Well, I hope you enjoyed those sound bites as much as I enjoyed putting them together. If you have any questions about how we can help you grow, launch, or further your podcasting efforts, feel free to reach out to me at Lewis at Podcast Domination, or you can reach out to my team and ask them some questions. Hello at podcastdomination.co. Both are .co. Just make sure that's, keep that in mind. Anyways, I'll see you on the next episode. And until next time, keep dominating.